Hey guys, welcome back to the Warehouse Gym over here on Commercial Street, our new location. I'm getting fire back up more consistent again and getting back on the YouTube channel. I'm Adam Steele, as you know, and we've got a lot to show you guys and everything. On this segment today, I want to jump into questions. A lot of people have reached out, topics, trainer stories, members, things like that is about training online coaches, trainers, in-person coaching, training, and all that has become quite a large topic, and I think it's great because we want to expand performance and education as well as business and professionalism in the fitness industry here at Warehouse. And so we encourage that. All of our trainers that come to the Warehouse, they have to provide their credentials if they even want to work out of here. They have to be, have their certifications current. They have to, have their, basic CPR to keep their certification current, and then like business insurance for general liability, things like that are required. And it just essentially to set any sort of influencer, wannabe coach, young trainer, things like that that are really not qualified or have experience or have taken the steps to advance their own education and experience to become somebody who's effective and a healthy choice for a client or a member here. And so we find that it's really important to hold those standards. So one of the biggest things that I've noticed, big questions coming up, is online coaching, personal training, online coaching effective? Absolutely. 100% online coaching, by being able to network and reach people like in a vast range as far as all over the world to multi-states and things like that across the nation, by utilizing social media and online coaching for helping people engaging each other and being able to discover and find individuals. It's a big deal, and it's really expanded the market and business, which is great because there might be a mother of three, at home in Nebraska that's never had the kind of facilities or the opportunities or even the information for something that she sees and she finds online. So just an example that she could reach out, she can do some research and able to communicate easily on social media and find a coach or trainer that she can work with to send some even basic programs. A lot of it is just like, what do you do? Being overwhelmed in the gym and like information, like you go to the grocery store, there's over 1 million products and aisles of things, and it's like, what do I do? Not everybody is a nutritionist, not everybody has a degree in chemistry and knows what is on the back of each label and the effects and things like that. So being able to get that information readily available from qualified and educated people is huge. And I think online training, a lot of young competitors and people who want to go into competitive bodybuilding and sports, being able to get regimens and programs from like these IFBB pro athletes and competitive coaches and Olympians, it's amazing because you can reach out to them and they can now facilitate programming and information via online. And so absolutely think it's a very good step for fitness in the industry in general. There's a double-edged sword to it now, and this is super important. Also, one thing that we talk about in a lot of questions: how do you find one? Right? It's very important. There is no policing fitness coaching and training. There is no oversight committee. There is no group that tells you who's good. I doubt you'd find a Yelp for a trainer. And so with that being said, you do have to take the initiative to do research as far as that goes for yourself and vet out like things. And some topics and good things to look for that are really apparent is if you have a young coach, I'm a trainer, hit me up, things like that. Only 2 spots left. They're probably full of shit. Like if they can't facilitate programming and then they say they only have a couple spots, like that doesn't seem to make sense. A lot of professionals take on as many people and then they just don't take any more on. They fill their schedule, they're able to write programming, you usually can accommodate several things. If you're spending and you have a platform that you use and you're able to cater it in nutrition and programming to each person's requirements, it can be streamlined and things like that. But you also want to avoid cookie cutter fucking trainers. Nothing pisses me off more than a fat washed out fuck that says IFBB Pro from some obscure bullshit show from back in 1996 trying to sell cookie cutting training. Like everyone's program's the same. I've been a victim of it, like in my process looking for good coaches and things like that. I've had friends, we've even like vetted ones where we'd both sign up and 2 different people get the same program, and it's absolute bullshit. Yeah, they'll wait a week and pretend like, oh, I'm working on it, and then send it to you late, and it's the same thing as your friend. Same thing is, what's even worse is when you have you and your girlfriend or husband and wife or whatever, and you're 2 completely different people as well as genders, and you get the same fucking program. That's when they're just full of shit, just copy and pasting you, and they don't deserve your money. And so you want to be really careful. Are they certified? Do they have a background in fitness? What's their education? And most importantly, one thing I absolutely love, and I'm going to do some name dropping here, Tristan King, one of our awesome online training coaches here. He works out of the warehouse. He's an awesome Marine, and I'll tell you right now that he does his research. Continuing education. If they are not competing as an athlete or trying to advance their education in the industry continuously, that's kind of a practice to become certified. You have to also be practiced up and stay with your continuing education. So one thing I love about Tristan is he's always on top of the game. He's always learning. He's expanding his knowledge base. He's always working with his clients. He has a wonderful business model, and I recommend him 100%. Same thing, Jim Madsen, big Jim Madsen. He does a lot of in-person here at the warehouse. National qualified bodybuilder, a national champion, in bodybuilding. Successful online personal coach, a fantastic human, and very, very intelligent, and continuing always his education in bodybuilding and fitness. Great nutritionist, I love it. And so some really good ones. We have some awesome female trainers. Viviana is amazing. She works with some high-level pros out here in San Diego. She's apprenticing as well as doing her education. People who are constantly pushing are going to be the people that you want to find as far as trainers and coaches. And so that's what you want to find. You want to find that. And then another person I want to mention, Andre Henderson is amazing. Like, I was just explaining to another gentleman here in the warehouse that he's expanding his training platform and program. Is not only are they driven, are they educated, they're motivated, they're certified, they're qualified, all the things that require, but you're talking about somebody who, especially for in-person training, anyone can do in-person training. I mean, the benefits along are expansive. I mean, even just having a training partner, that push, having someone there to spot you, keep you on track, keep you accountable, having that like extra level of motivation and keeping you on your discipline is huge. And when you're selecting a trainer, someone who is positive driven and not negative driven or ego driven. And Andre is one of the foremost like models of just positive, no bullshit, like wants to help you and like keeps you on track, and he also keeps you accountable. He has one of the largest training client bases here in the warehouse, and it's for good reason. And so finding that, also that personality in the trainer and coach that you seek that clicks with you. There are way too many fucking small man syndrome, fucking bullshit, like aged ass pros that all they do is like, well, I have an ego. I did this 20 years ago. I did this 2 years ago. And they don't do shit but just repeat and repeat. And then you ask them a question and they're a complete dick. It's like, well, if you're in your late 50s and you're trading your time for money, that's sad. So maybe, think about that. Like, are these coaches just assholes recycling people? And that sucks. Like, people can learn a lot from all levels. You know what I mean? One thing with me in growing businesses, different industries, fitness, construction, all that. I've been an ISA certified trainer twice. I've done it over the years. I have a degree in physiology back from like 2010. But I don't formally train. It's not my business. I own a gym and I do construction. I do metal fabrication. I do design and engineering. I'm like, but one thing stands the test of time, and people hate it when I say this, but it's always true. Just because you've been doing something for a bunch of years doesn't make it that you were doing it right. You know what I mean? I hear old men, I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm like, what makes you think you're doing it right? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to tell you? And so do your research. And people who don't do their research, the horror stories are numerous. So if you care enough about your body to seek a coach and trainer, care enough about your body to find one that you can select the correct one and all that. And so I hope this was helpful. All right, guys, also a little announcement. Next week, we will be filming a workout series with national bikini competitor Sheila Velasco, and she'll be here, and super exciting. You've seen her on like the ATG video, one of her competitive motivation videos. And so we're super excited to have her back. you know, she's recovered and coming off a prep, really healthy and just pushing the weight. So it should be exciting and really fun. Come check it out. A lot more information I want to bring to the YouTube. Let us know. Like and subscribe down below, and then definitely comment. I would like to bring up some more stuff in another video. Check it out about like how to grow your training business, how to grow your online training business and your audience base through healthy social media, not toxic, reflective clickbait bullshit. You want to be like everyone else, then you'll make that little bit of money like everyone else. Everyone's, you know, out there trying to fill a swamp with bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, be some fresh water. And so I think that's super important. And so we're going to do a lot more on that, on like expanding business growth, intelligence, and strategy. So, all right, we'll see you guys. Thank you so much. Come check out the warehouse.